Let me tell you about my struggles in my relationship, so that way you can feel those.
Right. What up, y'all?
Josh and EC here once again with another quality video.
So as you guys can tell by today's title, we are bringing you guys our very first Eat and Chill of 2021. Talking about the pros and cons of being engaged.
And there are plenty of pros and cons as to what we've seen in this past, what is it, like been
6 months
almost 6 months.
Almost half a year.
Almost half a year.
Time has been flying, to be honest.
Time has really been, like, we've been losing time because we've been very busy, but we are back with another video like we told y'all, because that bell notification needs to be turned all the way up. But we have some really good food in front of us. I guess since I cooked it, I guess I can show you guys what we made for today. As you can see here, we got my famous vegetable medley. Lots of good stuff going on up in there. And then around here on the other side, we got a little bit of turkey sausage that we just cooked up.
Fire!
Just to add a little protein to the meal. Normally we could eat this stuff without the proteins, but
yeah, we just usually do the vegetable medley, which is actually really good by itself. And I never thought, I was a person who ate meat with every meal. I never thought I could do anything else. And within the last year or so, my fiance has changed my mind, because it's actually really good. So I think we have a Whip It Up Wednesday. We did a vegetable medley if you're interested in recreating it. But go ahead and hop into this video.
Lord bless this food they're about to receive for the nourishment of our bodies. Bless the people who are watching this video. Bless those who are new to the gang. Bless those from the future who are going to join us in the future. We ask that you just keep your hand over us, keep us moving forward. Bless the food to nourish our bodies, and help it to bless us so that we can bless the people watching this video. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. We started back working out today, y'all. So hence the roughness that you might be seeing right now.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
We just got back from the gym not too long ago. Thank you, babe.
This is different.
Get you a man that can cook, ladies. Now that's a pro. You want me to start? That's a pro. Getting home cooked meals. Because not to say that my mama never had it though for me, but you know, it's nice to transition to a new household and still get home cooked meals.
I guess that's a con on my side because you ain't cooking.
I said I'm gonna do better.
So
that's your
pros
con,
and cons, ladies and gentlemen, pros and cons.
Skip you. Okay, so what would you say is a pro for you from this engagement?
A pro from this, for one, the fact that I wanted to do this, and it feels like a weight has kind of been lifted off my shoulders. It's not because you put any pressure on me or anything like that. It's totally me putting pressure on myself, but I knew that I wanted to propose to you. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to get that done and plan that out. And golly, was it a lot of planning, and a lot of headaches, and a lot of coordinating things. So it's actually really refreshing to have that
over with,
off the list. You know? Glad I only have to do it once too. What about you? What is that pro?
Other than the fact that you cook.
Yeah, other than that.
I mean, I've never lived with a significant other before. So
how's that experience been so far?
I would say overall. And then we're about to move into an even better place. So I think that would be a pro, just like, and okay, that's also not to say that we've never known what it feels like to be up under each other though. But like the fact that it's like on some lifetime stuff, it's pretty nice. But yeah, like dorm room, we kind of already got a gauge for each other prior to moving in with our, like, I guess you could call it sleepovers or whatever. But I don't know, it just hits a little bit different when you're like paying bills together. I
will say it does feel good to say fiance.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I even go too far and be like, that's my wife.
No, you always say wife.
Yeah.
This man always says wife.
I'll be jumping the gun. But it feels like
that's why I married you. I'm like, babe, we not married yet.
But I'm saying, man, I just be operating like that.
You want to do all the pros? All cons?
Or pros and cons?
Okay, go ahead with a con.
Yeah, I guess one of the cons is my significant other doesn't cook like I cook.
You already done said that. Okay.
No, I think one of the cons, one of the serious cons, because that's not really like a con for me, but one of the serious cons would be that I have to deal with everybody's 2 cents on how we operate. And like,
I know you were gonna hit them with that in the beginning.
Nah, man, I gotta get that off my spirit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like ever since being engaged, it seems like a bunch of either married or engaged people or just random people in relationships
try to tell us about ours or how we're supposed to navigate it, and
2 cents in on like how we're supposed to operate, as if to say that, like, I just don't feel like they know us, and sometimes I feel like we're being tried because like, we worked so hard to get to where we are in a relationship, and I feel like by standards of what I've seen, we're probably one of the healthiest couples I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's on period. Other people say that too.
Yeah, so when people come and like say like, oh, you should be doing this, or like, or with that "Are you sure" energy.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Did we? I don't know if we told them or not. We dead ass are gonna put on our wedding invites because everybody always gets when you're about to make that next step. Are you sure? Like, did you think about it?
Like they try and like dang near like. Scare you out.
Yeah, kind of. We're gonna make sure we have it like imprinted at the bottom when people get their little invite. Don't come with that "Are you sure" energy.
That "Are you sure" energy at the door.
Yeah.
Because in here, we good.
We know. We know.
Please.
We're good.
Please.
This has been a long time coming. This ain't no fresh, new couple-month relationship. Like, we know each other like the back of each other's hands. So,
and it's hard to be in that situation when people are spitting game to you and like they're trying to preach to you like communication is key. You gotta learn how to compromise. And I'm just looking at like you obviously.
We up here trying to teach Quality Crew how to do that. Like,
you don't watch our channel
at all.
Yeah, you don't watch
our channel.
It's honestly a weird feeling, but. I can feel that it's coming from a good place. It's just gotten to the point where it's like, sometimes.
Other times it's projection.
Yes.
Of people being unhappy in their own situations or like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot, especially on the internet too. Like even like aside from like us
personal life.
Yeah, just personal life and life in general. I feel like very often people
social media in general. The toxic part of it is a lot of projection.
Tend to people like they just project their frustrations out into the world, and then like even if they saw something like with us, I think on Twitter we went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, the picnic thing.
Yes, so many projections, and I'm like, you guys really don't even understand. We were just kind of just messing around and just bought too much stuff.
Yeah,
but nevertheless, that's the internet for you. It's not for the faint of heart. Like, Twitter is a toxic place, we all know this, but it can be entertaining at some points, which is why people come back to it.
I would say, I didn't know you were going to hit them with it that fast, because I would say that would be my biggest con, too. Just people feeling like, entitled on what our relationship is or what it should be or how we should be navigating and stuff like that. And that's not to say, me and Josh are both, I would say, if it's brought to the table correctly, very receptive individuals. And we can handle conversations that if the person differs with our opinion maturely. Like, we're not, you know? But if a certain energy comes that's disrespectful or like disrespects what we've created in the last 6 years, you naturally get defensive. Because it's like, and that's the other part too that I've noticed I have to start working on, kind of just letting go. Like, there's no way that I can, there's no amount of words to ever explain to people what our relationship is, what we've gone through, how we've gotten here, and why our feelings are so strong for each other, and how we know we're gonna make it, right? We know this because we were the only two individuals through the whole process of this. But when we have like stuff like people talking rah-rah stuff, it's like, almost feels like a lost battle anyway. And I also don't like the feeling that I have to explain myself to people.
And I've gotten to the point
like
now.
We're grown.
Personally, I've gotten to the point where I just say to myself, I have nothing to prove to you.
Yeah.
I will show you.
That's hard.
Yes. And look, we have worked very hard to make this relationship super duper strong.
Yeah.
So if anybody comes with any like, are you sure energy or like trying to rush the process or anything like that, I just kind of like, I'll take it at face value, but like it's really not soaking in like a sponge.
Right.
It's kind of just like hitting me in the face and I'm just kind of like not looking at it.
Right.
Just because at the end of the day, I think all relationships should do this. But at the end of the day, it is you and that other person.
And God.
Versus the world. You should like find yourself, go find a room, lock you, your other significant other, and God in the room, and keep everybody else out. Because if you let other energies in, they will either project or they will try and direct.
And that's not to say all energies we've experienced have been bad around our engagement.
No, there's been
but we have had interesting encounters with this type of energy where that's why we are developing that type of perspective. But it sucks because like when you hear, oh, it's us against the world, you don't really want to mean it. You don't want to, you know,
mean it.
But sometimes you have to protect
your energy,
you and your relationship. Like, so I definitely would say that was probably one of our biggest cons.
And you know, like half the time, like I want to say more often than not, because I feel like people are gonna be like, well, who's talking junk to you and this, that, and the third. That like, y'all, People come to us with the best intentions.
You think so?
So, most.
I'll say most.
I'm not saying all.
Yeah.
Most. Most people come with the best intentions, but like the very common phrase, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Like people think that they're doing right by you, but at the same time, it's like you don't understand the situation. So for you to put your 2 cents in on the situation is kind of pointless. Like
I think for me too, I just know I'm the type of person that would never put my input on somebody else's relationship. Like if roles were reversed, I would never do that to someone because I feel like it's none of my business.
especially being in the social media light, maybe y'all understand, but y'all probably won't if you're not in social media at all. But like everybody that watches you dang near has an opinion on your relationship. Granted,
I would say the energy has been good from Quality Crew though. We really appreciate that.
the energy's been good. Now there's been some random trolls here and there.
And I don't think they're part of Quality Crew.
I don't think
That's
they're
what I'm
part of
saying.
Quality Crew.
Yeah, it's just people
Yeah.
that stumble across us.
I just think there's some random energies that just somehow stumbled across our page and want to hate. But nevertheless, let's go back to some pros.
Okay.
I think the pros to this is, in our eyes, I know some people will be like, you guys shouldn't move in together. I hate that too. You guys should move in together before you're married.
That
I
should be
hate
a whole nother eat and chill, to be honest.
I hate that. But
That can be a whole nother. If y'all want a different eat and chill, diving in on that a little bit more, like our thoughts on moving in with a significant other and stuff like that, what should they hashtag below?
Hashtag moving in.
Okay. And we'll know to do an eat and chill
We'll know
discussing
to do
that a little
that.
bit more because that will go into a whole different animal.
We will go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
But I think one of the pros is the fact that like not only do I feel secure in this even more than I did before, even though like I felt hella secure before. But I mean the ring just solidifies like, yo, we're business partners for life. Like
You said business partner?
business partners,
That's
best
romantic.
friends. Yeah, I mean like
I get you.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like there's any uneasiness anymore about like the state of where this like if everything comes crashing down, I know it's still me and you against the world.
Always.
It's
Yeah.
always gonna be me and you against the world.
I was gonna say another pro for me is I feel like we were able to make like our relationship had to be kind of stagnant for a while until this decision was made. Like in terms of moving and what next moves we wanted to do, we couldn't really plan that far ahead because the engagement hadn't happened.
And we should have rules set on.
Right,
We
yeah,
said
and I made it very clear to him from the jump, like I'm not moving in with nobody without a ring on my finger. Didn't have to be married yet, but just a ring, that's
show
a different
that
type of commitment. And I know, like,
you know me.
you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
so I knew that the ring really meant like, all right, this is legit, like dead ass. Are you ready to plan our futures together type stuff? And hence why we're about to move in a month and a half, y'all. We're moving in a month and a half. Oh my gosh.
And that place is gorgeous.
We are so excited, like, to take y'all on that journey with us. We're excited. Like, I think it's still surreal to us a little bit that we're about to move into a place like that. But
yeah.
I would say that was one of my pros too, being able to now plan our future out a little bit more. And the fact that we're like living together every day, I feel like we get a lot more done. Well, that also ties into the fact that you were able to quit your job.
Yeah.
So we could do this full time. There's a lot of things that just fell into place perfectly where we know God is like continuously blessing this union, to be honest with y'all. Y'all will find out as things slowly start coming out why we're saying that, but blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
Cannot complain, to be honest. And sometimes I feel like ever since being engaged, you can call this a pro. Blessings on blessings have poured down.
Poured.
Ever since becoming engaged.
Poured.
The universe feels like it is working out entirely in our favor.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Like everything that we've done has been successful or has grown or has shown some kind of improvement or it has like gone up. Like everything.
Yeah.
Not only that, I did get free. I was freed from a job that really didn't make me that happy.
Right.
Didn't satisfy me at all. And I think all that combined, I really can't be anything other than thankful. To God.
Yeah.
To y'all. Like all the energies that's kind of like helped us. Now granted, you know, pros and cons, it mixes in with that.
Yeah.
But
overall,
I think we're more so on the pro side of everything. I'm really happy. That's a pro. I'm extremely happy.
That's true.
That I picked the right one. Yeah, I picked my best friend.
Yeah.
Who just so happens to be my lover, who just so happens to be my business partner, who just so happens to be the person I like spending most, if not all my time with. So,
same.
I think I lucked up. Pretty sure I lucked up.
Same. I had thought of a con and I just lost it. Okay, I would say, and you're gonna laugh at this, but I would say a con is, in particular, because I moved into your place. It's tight in here, y'all.
Woo!
This month and a half can't come fast enough.
Woo!
Okay? It's tight in here. You're not even picking up nothing.
Ain't picking nothing up.
And it's funny because I did a video on my channel like a month or so ago of what I moved into my fiance's place. And I'm not gonna lie, I did take over, but it's still not enough space. And it's still not all my stuff here. So I would say like that's been a con, but the pro is now we're about to move into a place that's both of ours that we decided together. So the space is adequate for what we both need and stuff like that. But I would say that's a con.
I think
we just be our stuff be on top of each other.
I keep saying this funny joke.
What?
That ever since you moved in, it feels like I moved in and I got a little stuff in the corner.
He does talk all that.
Let me not get in your way. Let me just put my little stuff in the corner.
Oh, whatever.
She be asking me like, what you gonna do with your shoes? Well, they used to go in the closet.
Don't even do all of that. Don't even do all of that.
They used to be there. I had a lot of designated spots for a lot of things.
Interesting.
And I lost those designated spots. So.
I said it was a con, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Do I have any more cons? It's really like, I think I nailed that first con.
First one, that's the one that bothers me the most.
That's the real one that just bothers me. That
somebody, and I feel like even people who aren't engaged, just regular relationships, people experience that. People putting their own input and 2 cents on your relationship. That happens a lot. And it's just, you got to create boundaries. I would say that is something that I've learned through this process. That boundaries, whether it's friends, family, whoever, is super important during this process. The same reason which Josh was saying with like protecting your relationship, protecting the energy and stuff like that and the vibes. That is so crucial, especially as we're taking this next step. We don't need any of it, you know? And we're super positive, like happy, upbeat people naturally. So the last thing we need is some toxic cloud hovering us trying to, you know?
Let me tell you about my struggles in my relationship. So that way you can feel those.
Right.
And hopefully they trickle down onto y'all.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I think I thought of the other con though. I think, well, the pandemic is a huge con. It's why we haven't really put any energy or thought towards the wedding at all, to be honest with y'all.
Engagement.
Yeah, quote unquote. Probably like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Because the goal is still 2022, but we can't solidify, well, not that we can't, but we're not trying to solidify a date until we move into our new place. Just so things can calm down. There's just so much, like our plate is the opposite of this on an everyday basis. So just being able to, you know, eat something off the plate and it slowly starts to, I thought that would be a good example to give. But you get what I'm saying. Like, we have so much on our plate. We still have to drop the merch for y'all, and I seen y'all comments. They getting real impatient.
They
we got y'all.
real aggressive.
We got some.
They got aggressive in my DMs too.
Y'all gotta remember. We had to do Vlogmas. I won't say we had to do it for y'all because I don't want it to make it seem like we didn't want to do it, but just to give y'all context as to why that's been postponed for a while. Full month of Vlogmas, then left for a Christmas or a New Year's trip. Just got back, had to hit the ground running and get back to posting. Like, so it's difficult balancing everything. This is also our first year starting as full-time influencer couple and individual influencers. So that has been a lot. So again, not having a wedding date kind of has been a con, but not really, because we don't want a wedding with like our bridesmaids and groomsmen having to wear face masks and we have hopes that in 2022 things will get back to what we were
be normal.
Used to. So
hopefully and prayerfully.
That's our goal too. There's pros in the situation too. Taking our time with it, stacking our money with it.
I think there's a lot of pros to a longer engagement, which means like, yes, we get to prepare for it. We get to put more time and effort into it.
Right.
Not only that, but we're sort of trying to establish our lives together at this point, so it would be very hectic to try and plan a wedding at the same time as all this moving and business venture process that we're going through. So hopefully we can get these business ventures up off the ground and get them running smoothly, so that way we can dedicate more time to actually looking at the wedding stuff. And I know that's more so feminine energy mixed in with a little bit of male like approval.
Yeah,
But-
I was gonna say it's more so on me to bring it to you. Like, all right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Type stuff. And right now, my mental, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
She's jam packed up top.
jam packed, bruh.
She's jam packed.
But again, it'll be fun when we do start that process.
I think, yeah, and I think there's a lot of fun adventures. I like the fact that we can kind of take time to smell the roses of the engaged phase.
Yeah.
I feel like some people just go straight to engaged, like we got a plan. So like then you're in the planning mode. You never really just sat there and said, hey, you know,
Yeah.
we made this commitment to each other. This is a good.
Are you ready to take this next step?
Yeah, it's a good space.
Yeah.
Like get excited, get amped up for it. You know, no, I don't want to drag it out.
No.
No, I don't
A
wanna
year and a it'll be a year and a half.
Yeah, you know, we almost thought about going down to the.
No, we did discuss that, like, because we were like,
At this
do we
point,
wanna
yeah,
wait?
do we really want to wait? We almost thought about just saying like we'd do a celebration.
But I can't go out like that.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
can't go outside.
So it'll just happen in our own time. I would say that, I guess another pro as we're discussing all of this is that we're on the same page with everything.
Whew. Sorry, y'all, the camera died.
Yeah, as I was saying though, that's a pro for me, the fact that we're on the same page throughout this whole process. It doesn't feel like it's a pull or tug type of situation at all. We kind of we're in our flow right now as a couple.
Yeah, we're in a very good flow state.
Yeah.
I think as of it's been about a year and a half we've kind of been in this
flow,
state.
yeah. Like
Just
no
like
arguments or
yeah. Like where's
We've
like
learned each other
dialogues,
thoroughly.
Yeah. I've learned all your butt.
That's also not to say that we never have disputes or anything like that, because we never want to portray like we're perfect. That's why we stay so transparent with you guys. But the bulk that we talked about in year 1, 2, 3, and 4 on our channel, if you haven't seen those story times, or was it an eat and chill, whatever, those were the like nitty gritty.
Yeah, we had.
Are we gonna stay in this together? Now that's that "Are you sure" energy.
Yeah.
Those years were the
I
"Are
would
you
be
sure"
okay
energy.
if they hit us with the "Are you sure" energy back in those days.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Meg, I don't know. Like, still trying to figure that out. As of recent, nah.
We've made it through.
You can leave
the
me
trenches.
alone with that "Are you sure" energy. We've
Yeah.
been through everything. Hell and back. We came out stronger than ever, and now we good. To be honest, I don't think of too many cons in this whole.
Our only cons have been outside factors. It's not even
Exactly.
anything like
It's
any
nothing-
issue we have with each other. That's the
Yeah.
funny part.
It's sorry, y'all. We don't have drama for y'all. I'm pretty sure that's all the pros and cons that I can think of right now.
Me too, off the dome. There's probably more.
There's probably
Those were like
plenty
the ones
more.
that stuck out to us
Yeah.
as of lately. 6 months engaged.
6 months
Oh, that's
engaged.
actually the perfect time, actually.
Yeah.
Half a year engaged. God, time is fly. That's why I'm like, the wedding is gonna be around the corner, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest.
This 6 months was a blur. Literally a blur. Maybe it was because I was like anticipating leaving my job and then we went full throttle during Christmas. But nevertheless, I feel like, yeah, if time is going as fast as what this past 6 months look like, we'll be married tomorrow. But yeah, I think that is all we have for you guys today. Really glad you guys stuck around and listened to us vent our problems. I honestly feel like this video is kind of like a
Little vent session.
tad bit of a vent session to tell people to leave us alone.
Yeah, hashtag leave them alone. No, all seriousness, if you guys are in your engagement process with your significant other, or you're already married and went through it, or you're just in a relationship and you have experienced similar things to what we talked about, please don't hesitate to comment below. I love like discovering the relatability that we have with them,
Yeah.
and hearing what you guys' stories and experiences have been. So yes, I'll be looking out for those if you're willing.
Also, be on the lookout. We are doing a lot of participative content this week.
Yeah.
So we will be asking you guys for your help on our other social
Instagram
medias.
stories.
Instagram specifically.
Yeah.
Tea Time Tuesdays, that's happening tonight. So
Yes.
be on the lookout for that. Love 'em or leave 'em. Maybe we have a new one that I came up with. We'll see if you guys want to do it or not. It's called Hate It or Love It.
And when's the last time?
When's the
we
last
need you guys
time?
to submit those for us too. When's the last time? ... And then, you know. So we have a lot of content coming you guys' way. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video though. And yeah.
That's all we have for you guys today. Again, check the socials because we're not going to be doing that on here. We're doing that on the other one. Okay, know what I'm talking about. Other than that, y'all, if you don't already know, I am Hydrated Hero. She is African Beauty. Together, we are Josh and EC. Now you can follow one of us. You can follow two of us. You can follow all three of us. You might as well follow all three of us because we are happy, healthy, and hydrated on all three. But other than that, y'all, until we meet again, peace.
Grease.
And we out.
Right there.
Right there. I'm looking at it. Subscribe. You want to click that button.
You know you
click it.
Also, check this video out
right here.
Might as well.
That's quality.
Quality.
Right
Quality
there.
content.
It's quality.
And
of course,
you might as well be right here.
You might as
well
well
be right there.
Because this one's quality too. All this
Quality.
you click anything you want.
Quality.